Good morning, Appreciation family. This is Michael from New Business Concierge Division of Appreciation Financial. Today we're going to do just a very quick video on the difference between a mutual fund and an annuity. I know that agents out in the field obviously know the difference between the two. However, we've noticed here at the home office, based off of the paperwork that we're seeing, that agents are having a difficult time determining whether the client's current account is a mutual fund or an annuity. It's very important that we determine the difference to make sure that what we're presenting is indeed what the client currently has. This is why it's important. It helps determine whether what the agent is offering better fits the needs of what the client currently has. In other words, as an agent, you need to make sure that you're doing your fiduciary responsibility in making sure that what you're presenting is indeed better than what the client currently has. And that's going to be very difficult to do if we are unable to determine if the current account is a mutual fund or an annuity. It also gives the suitability department for the incoming carrier the ability to sign off on a transaction to make sure that if they were ever audited by the state commissioner, that they have their ducks in a row as well. It also makes it easier to complete any paperwork that needs to be filled out. Obviously, there's different paperwork required for a mutual fund versus an annuity. And lastly, money gets released the first time paperwork is presented. So if, as an example, if the client's current account is a mutual fund and it's subject to the ebbs and flow of the stock market, you want to make sure that money gets moved over as quickly as possible. If you're moving money into, say, an indexed annuity where the client does not have the ability to lose any money in their account. So we want to make sure that obviously money gets transferred as quickly as possible to avoid any loss of the stock market. So what we're going to do here real quick is I actually have a statement that one of the agents has submitted from the field recently. We're going to take a look at that, and hopefully we can hone in on some of the clues that will make it easier for you, the agent, to determine what type of an account the client currently has. So this happens to be a Primerica statement. And I've said this for a while, but probably the first and easiest way to determine if the client currently has a mutual fund account or an annuity account is if the name of the current provider has the word either investments in it or the word funds in it. So PFS Investments or maybe Oppenheimer Funds, something like that. That is pretty much a dead giveaway that what they currently have is indeed a mutual fund and not an annuity. There's a couple other clues that you can look for. Normally, if you're looking at a statement and there's a mention of a policy number or an anniversary date, that is probably going to be an annuity. So that's also a dead giveaway. A couple other things that you can look for. Mutual funds typically come in three different types. There's an A share, a B share, and a C share. This happens to be all A shares. So there's an A share here, here, and here. So when looking at the different types of investments inside whatever product the client has, if it ends in an A or a B or a C, it typically designates what type of share they have, and that's obviously going to be a mutual fund. A couple other things that you can look for: NASDAQ symbol. That's going to be how this particular investment is listed with a stock market. So those are always going to be either stocks or bonds, or in this case, mutual funds. So that's pretty much easy, helps determine what it is that you're looking for. There's a couple other things that you can, or a couple other things that you can look for in this particular statement. If there is a fund number doesn't get any more clear than that. That is definitely a mutual fund. And in this particular instance, they have some dividend reinvestments going into the account. So if there's a dividend of any type, it's normally going to be a mutual fund and not an annuity as well. So there's quite a few hints as to what type of an account this client currently has. QSIP numbers, whether it's an A share, B share, or C share, the lack of a policy number, anniversary date. There's also, in this particular instance, the name investments in the name of the provider that the client currently has. So this account is obviously a mutual fund, and that's an easy way to help determine how to fill out your paperwork. If you have any other questions or comments, let me give you the office number you can reach us at. Our telephone number is 877-492-5158. Hopefully this has helped you as far as being able to determine the difference between a mutual fund and an annuity. You can certainly call us anytime with any questions that you may have. Your first point of contact is going to be, though, your upline or your trainer to help determine how to best fill out your paperwork. Hopefully this has helped, and we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.